After a 5-year hiatus, the Cowbell Classic is back for the first time since 2019. Bella Vista and Casa Roble meet on the gridiron right here in the same place where the two teams played last. Bella Vista hoping for a reversal of fortunes in this rivalry, having lost 7 in a row and 13 of the last 14. That after the Broncos took back-to-back wins in 2004 and 2005. A time when the players suiting up tonight were not even born yet. BV's last win came in 2012, a 1-point win at Casa. The Rams won the last meeting here at Bella Vista in 2019 before the hiatus, 55-15. Both teams come into the game 0-2, both teams coming off postseason berths last year. Casa won the Sac Joaquin Section Division 5 title and made it all the way to the state D4 AA semifinals before losing at Sokol. BV reaching the playoffs for the first time in 15 years last season, lost at Merced in the first down. But for a rivalry like this, you throw all the records out the window. Practices are done. Trash talking is done. Well, maybe not. I'm sure it has happened throughout the course of the week. The players are dressed up and warming up. Fans on either side are wearing their Cowbell Classic t-shirts. Everybody's ready to go. I guess the only thing missing from the Cowbell Classic tonight is an appearance from Will Ferrell, because there are a bunch of people here tonight who have a fever. And the cure for the fever is more cowbell. Good evening, everybody. George Tharlson and Aaron Keogh, welcome to Bella Vista football on BV Live Sports, and special welcome, though, to our fans for Casa Roble who are joining us as well tonight if you could not make it out to the game. Wouldn't that be something if Will Ferrell showed up? Oh.
That would be fantastic. That would be just awesome.
But in the meantime, who we do know are showing up, the Bella Vista Broncos and their new quarterback tonight, and we expect that to be Jack Singley.
Yeah, Jack Singley is going to suit up as quarterback tonight. Unfortunately, tragic freak accident last week to Riley Dick, required surgery on a broken arm, and so Jack Singley, who was recovering from a rib injury, was cleared and ready to go. He's been practicing with the team all week, along with Thomas Lowney, who's also been taking reps, and he's, according to the team, ready to go tonight.
All right, well, the teams are on the field warming up right now. Let's talk about Casa a little bit, because certainly a great season last year. They make it all the way to the state semifinals. Interesting coming into this season, they're going with the junior quarterback, Aiden Lopez, number 11, instead of Connor Campbell, who was their quarterback last year. But he's shining as a wide receiver this year, so some athletes on this team.
Yeah, certainly some athletes. You know, one of the things that a lot of people said about Casa last year when they were playing was, well, their league is not very tough. So the teams in the league that you have to play, they're not really all that tough of a team. Well, the reality is they were a very, very tough team. They can't do anything about who's in their league, and they showed that in the playoffs, making it all the way to the state semifinals before losing. So,
yeah, well, we don't necessarily have an official word for Casa. We are not expecting to see Elijah Huddle, the Sac State commit. He was injured on the second play of the game last week, catching a screen pass, limped off the field, did not return. And I was just kind of quickly checking to see if he's in uniform out here on the field, and he does not appear to be doing any of the warm-ups right now.
Yeah,
so that would be a big loss for them.
Definitely be a big loss. I think there's also some concern around if Braylon Blevins is going to play tonight, the running back, number 8. Looked like he got banged up a little bit last week. And that happens in high school football, you know, and it's unfortunate when you don't have some of your, you know, star key players. You're looking for them.
Now, Bella Vista, of course, they of course have not been immune to injuries as well. Matthew Bunny played very sparingly, but did take a snap at quarterback last week when Thomas Lonnie had to come out of the game. Bunny is back this week. Mark Newton, although we're not expecting to see him tonight.
Yeah, no Mark Newton. Matthew Bunny should be at as full song as, you know, better than last week even. Jace Budenbender will be back tonight. Joaquin Vara should be back tonight. Dominic Ferrarini still out with an injury, but outside of that, pretty close to full strength.
So the Broncos tonight, they're going to be in their all-red uniform look. It's a red out tonight. Of course, the Bronco Cowbell Classic shirts are red.
Correct.
So and the Casa ones
are blue.
Are blue.
Yep.
So the Broncos decided to go all red for this game, and so we will get to see them, and the numbers are in white, and so that'll be nice as well.
Yes.
Easier to see.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a little bit easier to see. It's just a fun environment. I mean, I don't know the last time that Bella Vista's stadium and facility was this full with this many people. There's nearly 1,500 people here, or maybe a few more. There's people camped out on the hill, standing room. The stands are packed. The band is down on the field. Well, not on the field. They're on the track. It's just a really, really awesome environment to play a high school football game in. I think the other thing that's really nice, too, is that, in years past when this game kind of had to come to a halt, there was a lot of just extracurricular type things that you don't want. A lot of fighting and just some kind of really inappropriate trash talking, if you will. What's happened in the last 5 years is that, players have changed, teams have played. A lot of these players play junior football together, either with the junior Rams at Casa or with the junior Broncos at Bella Vista, and then they've gone to separate high schools. And so, in essence, you have a lot of people that maybe aren't friends tonight on the football field, but are friends nonetheless, kind of outside of football, and so it's fun to be able to play.
The captains are making their way out to the middle of the field. We talked about this during the JV game broadcast. Let's take a look at where the band is right now. Down off to our right a little bit, and so there's a good look. They're normally in the stands right next to us, but
right.
Because of the capacity crowd here tonight and the fence line across the way on the visitor sideline completely lined up, the band is down on the track tonight.
Yeah, it very much kind of has a college football vibe where everybody's right down on the field. Very different than an NFL game where you're kind of back away from the field. It's a professional environment. In college football, though, they pack you in. That's kind of how it feels here tonight, which is really fun.
So the captains for Bella Vista, Jace Budenbender, he is back, and that's certainly good to see him back. Anthony Sampignero, Guillermo Perez, who had a great game defensively, and Max Keogh. So those are your captains, and we're going to get the word from the officials. The Casa Roble has won the toss. They will defer to the second half, and Bella Vista will be receiving they will be receiving the ball to our left as you watch this one here on your screen. We got some supporters here with, I think it's Jace Budenbender faces.
Yeah.
They got to make sure not to block the cameras, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, both sides of the stadium, the Bella Vista Choir is going to do the national anthem. If you can stand up, please remove your caps in honor of our country. The flag is to the right of the scoreboard.
choir singing the national anthem tonight. A job well done. And that gets us started now for tonight's action. Bella Vista and Casa Roble.
Well, the nerves continue to build. It's almost 8:20. This game was supposed to kick off at 7:45. JV game went a little long with Bella Vista coming out victorious on that one, but the time for nerves is over, and it's time to, as they say, put up or shut up and play some football on Friday night.
So the entire Bella Vista team is off to our left. And you can see them there in their huddle. And coming off, Casa Roble is now jogging onto the field as well. We're going to play some football. First time in 5 years that these two schools have met. Broncos hoping, as we mentioned, for a reversal of fortunes. Ethan Horner, number 2, is the one with the kicking tee in his hand. And if we suspected with a couple of key players that might miss the game tonight for Casa Roble, Ethan Horner may wind up having a big game tonight. Jace Budenbender back deep to receive. And Diego Leidecker also back deep to receive. Crowd getting into it. Both sides of the stadium. And the 2024 Cowbell Classic is underway at Bella Vista High School with a kick that goes out of bounds. By rule, that can come out to the 35-yard line, but as we saw, Aaron, during the JV game, you can also make him kick it again.
Yeah, I think if you're Bella Vista, you want it at the 35 here and start your drive and see what you can do.
And that's exactly what the Broncos are going to do. They're going to set this one at the 35-yard line, and we will begin with the Broncos in possession first. Number 16, Jack Singley, gets the start at quarterback. He is a sophomore. Has been out the last couple of weeks, although obviously Riley Dick was the starter.
Correct.
And would have been anyway even if Singley wasn't hurt. But with the injury to Riley Dick, Singley was the backup in camp all summer. And he is under center for his first career varsity start. Here's Devon Norwood. Norwood with some running room. Norwood with a first down near midfield.
Set the tempo. We didn't get a chance to go over Keogh's keys because of the timing tonight, but one of the things that was on the keys for Bella Vista was to play full quarters, 4 full quarters tonight. Starting off with a big run like that from Devon Norwood certainly sets the pace for the Broncos as they've already got the ball at the 45-yard line.
And one of the other keys was to pound the rock with Norwood and Lopez.
There it was, 2 of 4 right there.
That's right there, yes. So that was a gain of 10 for Norwood, first down and 10. Singley's first pass play. That one's complete, far side. Across midfield, Bella Vista with a first down. Matthew Bunny with the reception. Matthew Bunny, who's had some great moments on this field, not just in football, but in lacrosse.
So compared to what we've seen from Bella Vista in the first 2 weeks, 2 plays, 23 yards in positive territory, and they're now in the Casa side of the field.
13 yards on the pass play to Bunny. First and 10, Bella Vista. One wide receiver. Norwood. Norwood almost broke that. He takes it down across the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 36. That is a gain of 6 yards.
I feel like he got a couple more yards. I don't like that spot, but side judge has a much better view of it down on the field than we do, although I like our view pretty well up here.
Second and 4, Bella Vista. Here's Gage Titus looking to turn the corner. He is met in the backfield and thrown down.
Ball got popped out, but it went out of bounds, so Bella Vista will keep it. Nice job by the defender punching it out. Not sure who that was.
Eric Eaton, the free safety, number 20, 5'10", 165-pound junior, is the one that came up, diagnosed that play from Gage Titus. And that will mark the ball back to the 37-yard line. So that's going to be a loss on the play of a yard. And a big third down now for Bella Vista. Third down about 6. Play
False start.
down in slow motion. It's going to be a little bit more than that now.
And there is movement on the line against the Broncos. Bring it back. It's still third down, but it's going to be third down and 10.
So that obviously changes your play call now with you gotten 10 yards to go.
So the previous play would have been 3rd and 5. So the playbook, 3rd and 10, a little bit more restrictive, but you can still do this. 3rd and 10, Bella Vista. Norwood comes in motion. Gage Titus, he's got running room. Titus down to the 30-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him right at the 30. First down, Bella Vista.
Really, really impressed with the outside running ability of the Broncos here early. Excellent pulls from the linemen, giving blocking room, and the running backs keeping their feet moving.
7-yard gain on the play, or check that, no, 13-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Hugo Lopez, his first carry of the game. He carries tacklers with him for a gain of close to 3 yards on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 7.
Bradley Manassa from Casa, a little slow getting up, 53, defensive end.
Lopez and Norwood in the backfield, Titus in motion. Norwood. He'll shoot through across the 25-yard line. They'll mark him at the 24, behind the blocking of center Max Keogh.
And we got 3rd down again, George.
3rd down and 4. Gage Titus again. He's gotten it on the last couple of 3rd downs.
Well, Matthew
right?
Bunny just came in for him, so I'd look for Bunny to get the ball here. Either on a screen
See how
pass.
they line it up. Dvorak is a receiver to the left. Bunny is the wing on the right, comes in motion. Handoff goes to Bunny. You called it. Lopez with the lead block. Bunny inside the 20. Bunny will angle himself out of bounds at the 15-yard line for a first down, Bella Vista.
And Casa's coach on the sideline is furious at the defense. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and they missed it.
Good to see Matthew Bunny back.
Running like there's no incident or no issues at all. New set of downs here.
New set of downs for Bella Vista. From the 15-yard line. That's Lopez right up the middle, and he is corralled.
Aldo Cavillo, the nose guard, 6'2", 250. First man there.
Lopez gets a yard, 2nd down and 9.
They've yet to have a negative play on this drive. 1 penalty for 5 yards, no negative plays.
Singley under center, split backs. Play fake. Singley's rolling out to his right. Downfield, catch is made. Hugo Lopez, touchdown Broncos!
How about that?
First career varsity touchdown pass for Jack Singley, and I believe the first career varsity reception for Hugo Lopez.
George, I'm just going to say it. I don't know who this team is. Where has this team been for 2 weeks? They just marched the ball down the field like it was nothing. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I hope this continues all night.
Oscar Mortensen will be on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Matthew Bunny. Bunny sets it down. Here's the kick. It's on the way. Looks good. It is good. 7:33 to go in the opening quarter. Bella Vista with a 7-0 lead. They take possession and they march right down the field with the new quarterback and Devon Norwood, Gage Titus, Hugo Lopez running with purpose.
This is incredible. I mean, we got a lot of game to play, but this is just, this is what we had been told in the preseason this team could do, that they would mesh together, that the offensive line was the best that it had been in years, that they just had a lot of different weapons, and we just have yet to see it. And boy, in front of this sellout capacity crowd tonight, what a way to show off to start the game.
And now, how does the defense respond?
They're going to have to respond big. There's a lot of weapons Casa's got. I'm sure we'll get into that as we go.
Oscar Mortensen will put his foot to it. Looks like Horner is back deep. This week, Casa has the tough numbers to see.
Those are hard numbers to see. They have names on the back, though, which is kind of nice.
Here's the boot. Going far side, it's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be fielded on the sideline.
He goes down before the 20, before the 15, it looks like.
He doesn't even make it to the 15-yard line. I believe that's Brayton Blevins, number 8.
Great kick for Mortensen there.
Catch the number. They don't have a 0, do they? No.
I don't see a 0 now.
So I believe that was Brayton Blevins. So get a look at this high-powered offense. Aiden Lopez leads the way, 550 yards passing already this season, completing 69% of his passes. Ball is at the 11-yard line. They're saying that that's where Blevins stepped out of bounds.
His average completion, George, is 13.5 yards per completion this year.
And he is a junior quarterback with no reported history on the football program prior to this year, and he won the starting job. 1st and 10 for Casa. Pass coming to the left side, right through the hands of the intended receiver. And that's Connor Campbell, last year's starting quarterback, and their leading receiver this year.
Well, it's a solid call, to go if you're looking for somebody with solid hands, what better person than your quarterback last year? Just in and out. Could be a little bit of nerves. It's very loud in here. And while Casa's used to having pretty big crowds for their team, it's different when you're playing on the road.
2nd and 10. Pass play goes to the right, this time on a slant. Beautiful catch across the 20-yard line. And Blevins is the one that makes the reception. And so that is a gain to the 23, a pickup of 12. 1st and 10 for Casa.
Broncos secondary is going to be tested tonight. They're up for the challenge, but they're going to have to stay consistent.
3 wide receivers to the left. That's a common set for them. Lopez back. He's looking left. He swings it left. Catch is made. Bella Vista diagnosing it right away, and it looks like that's Blevins once again. And by his numerical counterpart, a little 8-on-8 crime there as Jace Budenbender pushes him back at the 25-yard line.
And good to have, he didn't get to play last week. He was hurt. He's back, making a difference.
Bryce Blevins, by the way, or Brayton Blevins, I should say, 227 yards rushing in the first 2 games, so that's well over 100 yards per game.
Well, and that answers one of the questions. We had heard he may not play. He clearly is going to play tonight.
No sign of Elijah Huddle. We believe he is hurt. He did get hurt last week. 2nd down and 8 from the 25. Lopez rolls right. He could always run with this. Looks like he's going to run with it. And he only gets to about the 26-yard line before he's brought down.
I mean, just great job by the defense following that all the way across. I think they caught the quarterback by surprise.
Matthew Bunny was in on the tackle with help, but he came over from his cornerback position to help make that spot. Good vision on his part to get over there. So now it is a 3rd down and 7 yards to go from the 26-yard line. Levin's the lone setback. Anthony Marr is the one wide to the left. That should be Connor Campbell, the receiver of the 3 to the left in the middle. Man comes in motion. There is a
77
false start. Oh, you hate to see the guy's number 77 get called for penalties. So.
You do, but when you're 6'5", 353 pounds, you're kind of an easy target to see.
That
so
is Sunia Vuki, who, by the way, has offers from Arkansas and Sac State, according to his Twitter page, by the way.
Yes. Well, that's the way these football players get recruited, is on Twitter, or X, I guess, as Elon calls it now. I still call it Twitter.
I think most people know it as Twitter.
Yeah.
So mark the ball back to the 21-yard line. They need to get to the 33. So it's a 3rd and 12. Lopez in the pocket, looking over the middle, incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver, who might have been off to the races.
So you made the comment I was going to make. Hey, that's great. It was an incompletion. But if that's complete, he's gone.
We saw that in the JV game also. Cohen Peabody was the intended receiver.
Yep.
And so 4th down for Casa. They're going to have to boot this one away on a 4th and 12.
So if you're Coach Ott, the defensive coordinator, and Coach Motley, the defensive backs coach, you're going to have to pull those folks aside in the secondary and talk that over and make those adjustments for the next defensive series.
Bit of a high snap. There's the boot. Broncos are saying just let it go, and that's going to take a huge Casa bounce. One might have been misjudged, or just gone over the head.
Yeah, once you make the
back deep to receive.
Well, that bounce goes one of 3 ways, right? It bounces the way it did, or it bounces in your favor, or it just does that dead duck thing where it stops. And unfortunately,
well, that roll is going to give him quite a bit of yardage. The line of scrimmage was the 21-yard line.
Hey, the punter's loving that, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's padding his stats there. It was a nice kick regardless, but the bounce clearly helped. So let's see if this offense can power through again.
My math is telling me that's about a 55-yard kick.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Broncos. Handoff comes rolling left. That's Matthew Bunny, who is going to be dropped right at the 26-yard line.
But still positive yardage again.
It's like about a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. See how the Broncos line this one up. DeLucchi is in at tight end. Dvorak comes out to the right. Handoff goes to Titus. Titus is going to be corralled at the 30-yard line. And it looks like Logan Otter, the linebacker, was the one that made the stop. It's be a 3rd down and 5 for Bella Vista.
So, it might seem silly to say this is a big 3rd down right now, but at this point in the game, you want the momentum to keep with you, so it's a big 3rd down for the Broncos.
Beefy needs to score on this drive. Norwood. And he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. Good read on the part of the Casa defense. That looks like that's Darren Dalton that was in on the tackle.
So
6'5", 285-pound senior, nose tackle and offensive lineman, 3-year varsity player.
So interesting fact about Darren Dalton, he's a wrestler too. And in the postseason last year, Casa practiced with Bella Vista, so I got to wrestle with him. He is a big young man, very big.
6'5", 285,
yeah,
which is not 6'5", 353.
No.
So we got a timeout called by Bella Vista as they get ready to boot this one away. Looks like Ethan Horner is going to be the one that is going to return the punt as Ryan Warner gets set to put his foot to this one. So the
clock
Broncos
continues to run, and it should.
I think they just stopped it now with 2:37. If they noticed it, they should be able to communicate what the right time is. .245 is what it should be.
We're going to have to get the clock reset here.
The referee is currently not in position.
Well, the clock still says 2:37. It should say 2:45.
The referee is signaling. Okay, now it says 24:50, so we're close.
Yeah, you got to hit 0:245. For anybody on the broadcast, it's set time 0:245. Yes.
Okay, so everybody watching the broadcast knows how to run the
There you go.
clock now.
Just speaking from experience, that's how that works. There we go.
Okay, there we go. 2:45.
That 0 always throws people off.
So Warner awaiting the kick. That one's going to bounce. Slow roll. And it will be down at the 42-yard line.
42. First or 10 Rams.
So this is, this is a big momentum game. You got a lot of enthusiasm here on both sides. Bella Vista comes out, shoves it right in the end zone. You stop Casa. You get the ball back after a really, unfortunate roll. You punt and get a decent punt, but now Casa's got pretty good field position here, almost at midfield. And this is just going to be kind of a challenge, but we will see here. So quarterback set. That's a handoff to number 8.
Blevins. That's Blevins going right up the middle, and he'll take it to the Bella Vista 45-yard line.
It'll be a first down Rams inside Bronco territory at the 46.
So from the 42 to the 46, that's 14 yards on the play. And a first down for Casa. Blevins once again.
Here over the right side, picks up about 7, coming up 3rd and 3.
And again, another 7-yard pickup there for Braden Blevins.
Going to have to get that under control.
He is definitely the workhorse for the running game. They will spell him a little bit with Xander Freitag, but really Blevins does not take too many offensive plays off. 2nd and 3. And Blevins that time is hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Norwood with the tackle.
They're going to call that no gain.
Progress forward, which where they mark the ball.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 now. And this is probably 4-down territory for Casa.
Yeah, certainly 4 down, which changes what you can run, right? Because you can throw a pass here. If it goes incomplete, you're planning on going for it anyways.
Unless there's a sack. Do they run or do they throw here? 3 wide receivers to the left. They're going to throw looking right. Receivers open to the right. Catch is made. Corner inside the 30-yard line. And that's down at the 28-yard line.
Broncos sent pressure there, but they couldn't get to him, and that's another first down.
Gain of about 10 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for Casa. And now their offense is in gear.
The clock should be running here, and it's not.
He was out of bounds on the play.
But it's a new first down, so.
And now they got to go.
There we go.
1st and 10 Casa. Nothing doing there. That's going to be a loss of yardage again for Braden Blevins.
No yardage.
Back to the 30-yard line. So that'll be a loss.
Second down. Probably lost a lot of yards, but second down.
Bring it back to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter here. And right now, the Broncos are the ones in front with a 7-0 lead.
So really impressed. I mean, Casa's driving here, but we played a whole half of football, and this is not the way that Casa would have expected this game to go. Both of these teams came in 0-2. One could very much argue, though, that the strength of schedule of the teams that Casa's played has been much stronger than what Bella Vista's played so far. But I don't think Casa expected Bella Vista to show up the way that they have tonight on their home field. Just really, really impressed. Very few mistakes. Looking really, really well here, getting ready to start the second quarter. We got to see what the defense can do. I mean, that break kind of came at a good time because you can readjust and you can have some, get some water, get refocused. You've had some good defensive stops here, so, and the ball's only at your 30 if you're Bella Vista. So, it's going to be 2nd and 12. So we will see what happens here as we're coming back out, getting ready to start the second quarter.
Second quarter set to get underway here. Cass is 2nd and 12 from the Bella Vista 30. Lopez, that's Horner. Horner gets by one man, but Max Keogh's there to clean it up. After a gain down to about the 27-yard line.
I think referees might want to go home tonight, George. I have never seen a game where you start the quarter on a running clock, but we just started the second quarter on a running clock.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we completed a pass in bounds, and now the clock stopped. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I've never seen a quarter start on a running clock. It always starts on the snap of the first play.
Well, now we're moving with the clock.
There we go.
3rd down, 9 yards to go. Lopez in trouble. Lopez tried to get him, slips by one tackle, slips by another one. He's down at the 20-yard line. That'll be a yard short of the first down. Looks like an injured Bronco, or at least the Bronco's slow to get up, Devin Crichton. And he is now up. And he did not require assistance, but it looks like they're going to sub him out.
Yeah, he might have just got the wind knocked out of him there. He was chasing. Good pressure. Just
got to give the other 77 his due. Tyler Elan coming into the game.
Yep. And there's 4th down here, and they're going to go for it, obviously.
Just in case anybody hasn't figured out, that was the number I wore in high school.
Yeah.
1 year I played. So. So I'm partial to number 77s, and it doesn't matter what team they're on. 4th down and 1, a long one. Power set for Casa. Handoff goes to Blevins. He's got the first down. He's got more. Blevins inside the 10-yard line, still going. He's down to the 5. So that'll be a 1st and goal for Bella Vista. For Casa. And you know what? On that first down, the clock didn't stop.
Yeah, I'm a little baffled here what we're doing.
Maybe there's an issue with not reading the signals. They better not be running a running clock because of the late start. You can't do that for a varsity game.
No, I think they're. I'll pay attention here a little bit more on and just see.
1st and goal, Rams from the Bronco 5-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. Again, another power set. That's Dalton at the wing, goes in motion. Now leads the way blocking. Blevins pushing forward, trying to get all kinds of help. And he is down close to the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. So they line up Dalton as a wingman, which puts him as an eligible receiver.
Right. And then they're just going to run behind him like he's a big fullback and try to punch it in. Casa's offensive line is massive compared to the defensive line of Bella Vista, size-wise.
From the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal for Casa. Broncos trying, looking for something defensively. 3-back set. Lopez, the keeper, will push the legs forward. I think he's in. Touchdown, Casa Roble. So Aiden Lopez with the touchdown. With 8:58 to go in the second quarter. Extra point pending now for Casa. Kick is on the way, and it is through. Michael Dickey, number 50, is the one that put that one through. And now we are tied at 7.
So the bad news if you're Bella Vista is if you get in short yardage situations like that, you're completely outmatched size-wise, and that's going to be a problem. The good news for the Broncos is that Casa can't run that formation they won't be able to gain enough yardage down the entire field. They're going to have to mix it up.
So the Broncos will now return this one. Leidecker and Budenbender are back deep to receive. Horner will put his foot to it here at the 40-yard line. Game on. See if Bella Vista's offense can respond here.
Well, it all starts with the return. You got to get a good return, set your offense up, and then go to work.
After forcing the punt, and then after the first series of the game, driving it downfield and scoring, and then forcing a punt, Bella Vista goes 3 and out. Here is the kick. It's going to be a short kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. And handling that one for Bella Vista is Alex Remington, the free safety, 5'8", 135-pound junior, also plays wide receiver. He's on the kickoff return. Wide receiver hands. He sure-handedly was able to pull that one in.
Well, and he did the right thing by just going down. Don't try to be a hero here. The 31-yard line's really good position for a return to start your drive.
Let's see what the Broncos can do offensively here. Again, if you're just joining us, Jack Singley is the quarterback. He is the sophomore. Riley Dick, of course, out for the season with the broken arm. Singley himself has been hurt. This is Gage Titus. And Cass is not fooled there. Titus is dropped for no gain. So we saw Thomas Lonnie last week step in and take over as the quarterback when Riley Dick got hurt. He was the only other quarterback on the roster at the time because Singley was still battling the rib injury, but Singley was cleared to play this week. He was the backup in camp, so he is getting the start tonight. Lopez the lone setback, Titus in motion. Here's Norwood from the wing. Norwood looking to turn the corner. He slipped as he crossed the 35-yard line.
There's a flag down. I'm going to guess that's a hold. But it was thrown kind of as he was getting tackled, so maybe not. Let's see.
It is a hold on Bella Vista. So after the penalty, the ball will be marked back to the 31-yard line. Or I'm sorry, the 26-yard line. First down and about 15. 3 wide receivers for the Broncos. Titus comes in motion. Singley left side, Matthew Bunny. Bunny tries to turn the corner, gets by one man, dives forward. He's out close to the 35-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 9 for Matthew Bunny on the pass play from Jack Singley.
I like that play call. It makes it third and manageable here.
I like running it again.
Yeah.
With the same success.
Yeah. I might go to the far side of the field now since you're on the hash closest to us, but
let's see how they line up this time. So they'll go 1 wide receiver to the right. Wing on the left. Play fake. Singley rolling out to his right. Singley looks like he wants to run with it. He gets by one man across the 40, close to the 45-yard line. And that's a first down for Bella Vista.
So, I know these players go back and watch this broadcast, George, so I'm just going to say this so I can remember. But 77, Tyler Eland, did a great job there because he very easily could have had a block in the back, and he got shoved, and he very easily could have shoved back, and it would have been a penalty. Instead, he was the bigger man there, let it go, and it allowed Jack Singley to get that first down, and now the Broncos are moving.
Pick up on the run for Singley of 10 yards, 1st and 10 Broncos. Second man through on the ball carry.
Inside handoff. Picks up about 2, possibly 3.
That's Hugo Lopez with the ball, with the carry that time. Three yards to the 48-yard line. Broncos huddling up on the snout, I might point out.
Oh yes, the snout. My favorite part of the field. Well, maybe not my favorite, but I like it a lot. I like the end zone better.
2nd and 7, Norwood. Norwood with running room. Norwood has a first down across the 45-yard line.
What I love about Devon Norwood is he seems to hit it in second gear when he turns the quarter. He's moving, he turns a quarter, and he just hits the afterburner. And it's really allowing him to get an extra 3-4 yards every run.
So they mark him at the 45. It's still a first down for Bella Vista. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. First and 10 Broncos. Norwood in motion. Lopez. Lopez carrying tacklers with him.
There might be a flag down here.
They are going to stop play. See where they mark the ball.
We got to get our scoreboard operator here. We got to reset the clock now again. Lost like 7 seconds there.
Doesn't seem to be any activity that would indicate a penalty here. Oh, now there is. They're moving it back 5 yards to the 46-yard line.
I didn't see what the penalty was.
So this is going to be back to the 46. They need to get it to the 35 for the first down. Is it replay first down? The only thing it could be is downfield holding.
Well, now they're going to move it another 5. So it had to have been holding.
That's my guess, and it was downfield. It must have happened at the 41. So they bring it back to the 49-yard line.
Inside the territory for 49.
So I think we got this all figured out now. 1st and 16 at the 49-yard line of Bella Vista. Singley sets up. He's downfield. Has a man downfield. 2 of them. Ball deflects, and it's intercepted by Casa. The interception, Josiah Adamanya, a 6-foot, 180-pound junior free safety, was in the right place at the right time. It looked like it went through the hands of one receiver for Bella Vista, off another, and into the waiting arms of Josiah Adamanya.
Yep. A little bit of a forced throw.
2 receivers in the same area, too. You don't normally see that.
Yeah. So defense is going to step up now. The momentum, up until that point, was all still shifted Bella Vista's way, even with a tie game. So the defense has got to come in big. I see Devin Crichton back in the game, which is good.
1st and 10 for Casa at their own 44-yard line. Lopez all by himself in the backfield into shotgun formation. Looking left, pass is complete. Blevins. Blevins carries some tacklers with him, gets about 3 yards, about the 47-yard line.
Devon Norwood making the stop, so doing good on offense, doing good on defense. That's what we like. Bella Vista, numbers-wise, many of these players play both ways. Very few play the entire game. There are a couple, but many of the plays both ways.
2nd down and 7. Blevins the lone setback. Lopez will swing it out to Blevins. Blevins looking for running room in the backfield, diagnosed beautifully by Bella Vista, led by Hugo Lopez and friends. Gage Titus was also there. They drop him back at the 40-yard line.
That's what we need. I mean, it's a little limp there from Gage. I think he just kind of got twisted up there, it looked like. Hopefully he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll walk it off and be able to come back into the game. So this is now going to be 3rd down and 15. Big 3rd down here for the Bella Vista defense. They're curing my fever with more cowbell.
More cowbell, that's right.
Green shoe sighting, Aaron.
Yep. It's no Damian Rickett, though.
Lopez.
Intercepted
by Bella Vista. Going back the other way. This is going to be a touchdown, Broncos. The interception. Tyson Ballinger.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What is happening in Fair Oaks tonight?
Tyson Ballinger, a 6'5", 240-pound junior, got right up in the face of the 6-foot quarterback, Aiden Lopez.
So
was able to snag that thing out of midair and take it to the house.
So that was all set up from number 8, Jace Budenbender, hitting the quarterback as he threw, which threw the ball up in the air, and Tyson had the hands, and off he went. And again, great to have Jace Budenbender back in the game.
Absolutely. So that's an interception return of, I'm guessing, because I didn't see exactly where he got it, about 35 yards.
Yeah, something like that. Big boy can run.
Yes, indeed.
Of course, when you're going to the end zone as a defensive player.
So, is there a penalty? Why are they lining up for the conversion at the 7-yard line?
Well, now we're sending players in. No, now we're going to kick. But the ball, I can't see the ball, honestly. Oh, no.
Okay, so now they're going to mark it at the appropriate spot, which is the 3-yard line. Mortensen will be on to attempt the extra point, which Bunny will set down at the 10-yard line. Mortensen with blue shoes, I should point out. Snap down, the kick on the way. It is good. So the Broncos with a pick 6.
So, one of the things we talk about with turnovers is points from turnovers. Castle's got 0, Bella Vista's got 7. 1 turnover each.
Broncos have a 14-7 lead.
I mean, we got referees running foot races out here. This is just something special is brewing here in Fair Oaks tonight. We got a lot of game to play, but
if you bet $10 in the field judge to win that race, you just won $100.
The band getting into it, the crowd getting into it. Oscar Mortensen's about to put his foot to the ball for a kickoff. 3:09 to go before halftime. Very energetic game, exciting game.
this is just so much fun. I mean, just so much fun to be a part of this for everybody that's here. And if you're watching on the live stream, you got to trust us. This is just absolutely an incredible sight here to see.
Now the ball is being marked back to the 35-yard line. 25-yard line, which indicates there may have been an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Bella Vista.
And I'm just, let him play. It's a rivalry game. Let him play. I love this. A band down here getting into it. I mean, it's like we're at,
That's the percussion section doing its thing.
I feel like I'm at a college game. This is incredible.
Mortensen will boot it from the 25, which is not the snout. What a kick! And it's going to stay in bounds. That is a live ball.
And that's
and Blevins covers it. Blevins goes out of bounds. Standing out of bounds falls on the ball, which immediately makes it dead.
Yeah, I mean, heads up to go out of bounds to get it, but that's a mistake by, your key running back there. He should have picked that up and run with it.
One of the things in watching the first 2 games of the season for Casa, they've had trouble on the kickoffs. They've had trouble receiving the kickoffs. That cost them last week, and it cost them in their first game against Placer as well.
So we're all the way back here at the 20, 3 minutes before halftime.
This is a great opportunity for the Bella defense. Casa, on the other hand, they need a response here.
Yes.
So Peabody and Horner are lining up as a couple of wide receivers in the game.
Casa's going to call timeout now.
Coach is on the field having a conversation with the officials. Not exactly sure what that's about.
Well, if he's not careful, he's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty the way he's yelling over there and motioning.
Ethan Huddle update. He is on the far sideline with one of those wheel things that he's kneeling on. I think that he is probably a couple of weeks from playing.
Yeah. Well, now we got Coach Jim Gray out here arguing.
Well, it should be Casa ball at the 20 because that's where it went out of bounds.
Unless, are they arguing that because he went out of bounds and touched it, that makes the ball out of bounds, which is an illegal procedure penalty, and he would get it at the 35?
You might be right.
I think that's what they're arguing.
That's what that is.
I think that's what they're arguing, is that he should get it at the 35 because he went out of bounds and touched the ball.
Now, that is the rule in the NFL.
Correct.
The question is that the rule?
And I honestly, I don't know.
So the officials are discussing this. But, yeah, Blevins purposely ran out of bounds to fall on the ball.
However, there's also a rule that says you can't be the first player to run out of bounds and touch the ball inbounds. But he wasn't inbounds.
But I think that's you would have to come inbounds first.
You have to, yeah, I think you're right. You have to come back in. So
you're right. You do see that happen in the NFL a lot. We are live from Bella Vista High School Stadium here in Fair Oaks, 14-7. The Broncos lead in the Cowbell Classic, the return of the Cowbell Classic after a 5-year hiatus. Right now they are still discussing things, a long conversation with the coach, and I'm getting the feeling Coach Horner is not getting the answer that he wants.
I went to phone a friend to try to figure out if they knew what the high school rule was, but they didn't. So
okay.
So I just left you for no reason.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. I have no idea. Honestly, if they move it to the 35, I guess that's the rule, and if they don't, I guess that's the rule.
There's a really interesting discussion going on with the referees. 3 referees, and who I believe is
he's going to lose this, though.
So let's see what the referee says.
He's going to get a flag here if he's not careful.
Right now, the referee looks very calm. We do not see the referee pointing emphatically at all.
No, and he's going to lose his appeal.
So apparently in high school football, that is not the rule. That's about the best we can do here.
He is furious. On the other hand, he's arguing over 15 yards, and you're down a score here in the first half. So
3:09 to go. 1st and 10 Casa at their own 20-yard line. After all of that.
You can't move so fast.
And kind of lost in that discussion was the kickoff from Oscar Mortensen.
Great
From his
kick.
own 25-yard line.
yeah, great kick.
And he kept it in bounds, too. Lopez. He's going deep over the middle. Has the reception on the fly. Across midfield and inside the 40-yard line. That's Peabody with the reception.
And that's the play earlier that we said, hey, we got to tighten that up.
40 yards on the play. Maybe 42. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 38-yard line of Bella Vista. 42 yards on the pass play from Aiden Lopez to Peabody. Campbell and Horner off to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left for Casa on 1st and 10. Just like that, they're in position to possibly strike before halftime. Lopez again going deep. He's got a receiver right there, and it is incomplete. Defender there at the last minute, no flag.
Great defense. Great defense there.
It's like Remington again. Remington made that kickoff recovery at one point tonight, and now he had the deflection at the last minute on the long pass, saving a touchdown.
I think, I'd have to go back and look at it, but I think he turned his head right at the last second and threw his hand up. And if you do that, that's not pass interference if you're looking for the ball.
Correction, it was Leidecker on the coverage.
Okay, Diego.
2nd and 10. Handoff, Blevins looks to turn the corner, but he is met at the line of scrimmage. Hugo Lopez once again. Coming over from his linebacker spot, no gain, 3rd and 10. The 3rd and 10 for Casa is 3rd and manageable.
Yep. Blevins a little frustrated there with the secondary tackle made. Little John I saw through the binoculars.
Third and 10 Casa. Lopez. Now he's going to take off and run with it, and he's got a lot of green in front of him, and he scoots out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And it looks like he's got the first down.
Wise of him to run out of bounds there because somebody was coming for Bella Vista as a freight train. I don't know who that was, but.
Well, he wants to protect himself as the quarterback,
correct.
too.
It was a wise play to just say 10's enough or 11's enough, whatever it was.
Just need the first down.
That's right. Look where the sticks are. You're running right to them.
We'll spot the ball here. Not sure what the delay is here. 29-yard line, 1st and 10 Casa. Now all kinds of whistles once again.
Bella Vista didn't like what they saw.
Take a timeout. So 1:17 to go before halftime. 14-7, 29 yards separating the Casa Roble Rams from a potential tying touchdown here at the break.
I mean, outside of that 40-yard pass, that's really the only big play. On Casa's side. They've had some good runs and they've had a couple good pass plays, but nothing really big. The secondary's held up really well so far. And I actually like this timeout call because they were standing. You had made a comment like, what's going on here? Why are we taking so long? And they were really stagnant for a long time. So this is a little bit like if you follow drag racing, when a guy goes up the line and he starts playing games with the other guy with the lights. So good to take a timeout, recenter, say, hey, we're right here. Got a minute 17, got to focus in. And now we're back at it.
First and 10, Casa from the Bella Vista 29-yard line. Lopez, who does not line up under center. Looking left. Reception made. And that's going to be another Casa first down. Marr with the reception. And he is down at the 17-yard line.
Lots of time for the Rams still. That only took 7 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, just chill out with that shit. Let's just scream into that. Daniel.
So first and 10, Casa at the 17-yard line. Blevins right up the middle. Blevins, all kinds of running room, and he shoots forward inside the 10-yard line.
Right up the middle.
That'll be another first down, it looks like. 10-yard pickup for Braden Blevins.
Go about the 7.
And that'll be a first and goal. Clock is running with under 50 seconds to go. Broncos, all they need to do is try to keep them out of the end zone here in the next 45 seconds.
First and goal for the Rams.
And now a whistle and a timeout's going to be called. So the Rams will take the timeout with 35 seconds to go. Okay. 35 seconds, 34.9 seconds to go before halftime. As we come out of the timeout. Broncos with the 7-point lead. Blevins to the right of Lopez, who lines up in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left. Lopez is back. He's going to send this one over the middle. And that one is incomplete, intended for Connor Campbell. So now it'll be second down and goal. 31 seconds to go.
And you still have a timeout here if you're Casa, but you're probably going to be looking to go to the end zone on each of these plays, because if you get tackled, then you got a decision to make as far as on a field goal or not.
Second and goal from the 7. Lopez again. He's going left side this time, and that one's overthrown.
That was broken up by Nate DeLucchi. Got his hand on it.
Blevins the intended receiver. Now it's third and goal. Question at this point, you've run 2 passes with no success. Do you go back to Blevins here?
You're thinking like I'm thinking. Do you try to snooker the defense and give it to your trusty and true running back and let him try to punch it in?
Lopez again, looking left, can't find anybody, now rolls out to his right. He might be able to run with us. Looking to the back of the end zone, overshoots the intended receiver once again. 3 straight passes are incomplete. It's 4th and 7, and it's decision time for Casa Roble.
Well, there's a holding against them.
Oh.
So now you probably almost have to go for it. Well, you want to decline this. I think you decline this.
You decline it.
Yeah,
they
make it 4th down.
4th down. So what you're doing is you're risking giving them 7 yards as opposed to 17 in 2 plays. So we'll see what the risk reward is here. 4th down from the 7.
Looks like they're going to go for it. I thought they'd try to kick here. I mean, if they're going to go for this is huge.
There is no field goal team. All right, trying to make some noise out here.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like that's Horner, a ball by his lonesome, and another timeout called by Casa. You got him, you might as well use him. And maybe this is one of those timeouts where they have second thoughts and decide to bring out the field goal unit.
Well, I think Bella Vista called timeout based
Okay.
on the scoreboard, but it's just fine. I mean,
Again, same thing. If
same
you got him, use him.
Exactly. I mean, I got to think that Casa has a field goal kicker. So this is really a big risk versus reward scenario late in the first half here. I mean, you're talking about 7 points versus no points, or 6 points versus no points, potentially 7.
So we are waiting the timeout to come to completion. 19.1 seconds to go. This is a huge fourth down for Bella Vista. Casa will get the ball to start the second half. If they can stop and go into the locker room with the lead. Now we get another whistle and a timeout, Casa.
Yep. So now it's just a chess match.
So coming up at halftime, we'll recap the first half, and an entertaining first half it has been. We will check in with the Bella Vista band as they perform at halftime.
They're going to perform with the Carnegie Advanced Band for at least a
cool.
song. I do know that. I saw them come in earlier.
And there's a look at the band right there in their temporary digs, I guess, if you will, because of the seating capacity needed for the crowd for tonight's game. And the band is, last week they were in full regalia. This week they're in hot weather gear.
Yes, hot weather gear tonight. Totally appropriate. They're red shirts for the red out game here. So here we go.
4th and 7, 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. This could turn the game, who knows? Lopez by his lonesome in the backfield, 3 wides to the right, 2 to the left. Lopez back to pass, looking, has a man open, the catch is made, touchdown, Casa. Connor Campbell is the one that made the reception.
Well, that's a little deflating right before halftime. Not really any way to take it.
Extra point pending here. Horner will set it down. Michael Dickey will attempt. Set down, Bella Vista gets through. Maybe got a hand on it, but it gets through anyway. Extra point is good by Michael Dickey. And we are tied here at the Cowbell Classic, heading into the locker room just about.
I would assume here what you're going to see, barring a really, really good return from the Broncos, is a knee and into the halftime tied up here, which would be a big win for this Bronco team.
Well, I think if you told Coach Gray at the start of the game that it would be tied 14-14 at halftime, he would be very happy with that.
Yes.
Although I'm sure that he's not happy with the fourth
4th
down and 7 conversion.
Yeah. Well, and that was all set up by that big 40-yard gain, right?
Yes.
So
with 3 straight incomplete passes, and then they finally were able to connect on the 4th down after 2 timeouts called.
Yep.
So Horner will boot this one away from the 40-yard line.
curious if he has another short kick like we've seen.
This one's going to be fielded on the far sideline. I think that's Budenbender. He'll bring it up across the 30-yard line with 9.4 seconds to go.
Cass has no timeouts. I think we're gonna see a knee here and into the locker room.
So they'll mark the ball at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bella Vista. Well, one of the things about Bella Vista that we have seen in their first 2 games, be it 2 losses, is they can control the ball on offense.
Correct.
And they've done that again tonight. Now here, we're not expecting ball control. We're expecting a knee. But
yeah.
So Singley will take the snap, and they're going to run the ball up the middle here. And that's going to come out to the 44-yard line with 2.1 seconds to go on a clock stoppage.
Except we lost about 2 seconds, so there should be about 4 seconds left.
So that might have been Lopez on the carry that time. 2.1 seconds to go and a timeout, so I guess Bella Vista's going to try something here. We got Casa dropping 5 players back inside the 35-yard line.
And that's it.
Oh, they're going to wind the clock. Okay. So the clock stopped on a first down.
That'll bring us to halftime.
And that brings us to halftime. There was no timeout called, and so we have come to the end of the first half here at Bella Vista. And the Broncos, in a 14-14 tie, the Cowbell Classic. You thought for all the world, with as the Broncos struggled and with all the success that the that the Rams had last year, that this game could be like this or it could be ugly. And it turns out that it's been a very interesting game so far.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to last night with the first part of this Cowbell Classic with the freshman game, Casa coming out victorious big time, right? And then we had the JV game where the script flipped, right? And so the fact that we've got this at 14-14 in a real barn burner here is just really, really fantastic. I'm really pleased with what we see. We capitalized on a mistake they made with a pick 6, right? I mean, that was a great play. We didn't let them score when they intercepted. We moved the ball, like you said. I would say there's a couple, if there were things that we're going to work on, certainly addressing the secondary, just tightening. The coverage is there. We just need to tighten up a little bit, I think. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I'd like to see, it seems like Bunny's working really well, and Norwood, Devon, but Hugo Lopez and Gage Titus, let's get them a little more involved. Now that may be the play call, that may be something they're doing, I don't know. But if you have then 4 offensive weapons in the backfield, now we're really moving and you can really control the ball.
Your assessment of Jack Singley in his first varsity start?
Cool, calm, and collected. I mean, seemed very comfortable in the pocket, seemed to make really good decisions. The interception, yeah, he's going to get credit for throwing an interception, but that really, it went through 2 defenders, it was in the air, and that's going to happen. I mean, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady have thrown those kind of interceptions, right? But no, really, really impressed. Now, I think a big part of this is putting together a full game for the Broncos. They've traditionally been a second-half team. That certainly did not seem to be the case tonight. But if they can continue that level or even increase it in the second half, I think they're going to be setting up really well. One
of the things that we saw last week, and if you watched or attended the first one at Oakmont, is in the second half defensively for the Broncos, their opponents just outmatched them and were able to wear them down. We'd like to avoid that tonight, obviously, for the Broncos. And so defense is going to be a key, especially with Casa receiving the ball to start the second half. Unless, of course, you have a second half kickoff like you had last week.
Correct. And that's to be seen. I mean, I think, I'm really impressed with what I saw tonight. This is the team that we have been promised that we would see. And if we had to wait till week 3, I mean, what a game to see it in. I'm really excited for the second half.
All right, so we're going to take a short break. We are going to let the halftime activities on the field keep you occupied for the next few minutes, and when we come back a little bit later on, we will talk first half statistics, and we will also have the second half of action as well. It's a 14-14 tie here at halftime, Bella Vista and Casa Roble.
selection, made famous by Katy Perry. This is Fireworks.
Good job, number 50!
Feel free to sing along if you want. Give it up for Carnegie and Vista!
Good job, Ray!
All right, so another great performance by the Bella Vista Marching Band with assistance tonight for a little bit from
Jordan Allen.
the
We
junior
have a
high
card-
group
we have
at
a card
Carnegie.
review.
Yeah.
Jordan
So
Allen. You can get it back
impressive,
with a
and
picture ID.
that's really kind of cool. This is a special event, this rivalry, And so it's great to see some of the extra things that have been going on as a result of the revisiting the Cowbell Classic here with Bella Vista and Casa Roble.
Yeah, I mean, this has certainly lived up to the billing through one half of football. Hopefully it lives up to it for the second half as well. But, I mean, it has really been spectacular. It's been a lot of fun, back and forth. Been mistakes made by both teams. There's been some interesting things like the kickoff where Blevins went out of bounds and touched the ball. I'm going to have to look that up tonight. Now I'm curious.
Is it the same rule is really what we're trying to figure out. But obviously in the mind of the referee, it's not. So
yeah. And kudos to them for, they discussed it, made a decision, and they stuck with the decision. And right or wrong, that's the decision, and they owned it. I appreciate that.
They went for it, yes. Taking a look at some of the first half numbers. First for Casa, Aiden Lopez, 6 of 13 for 83 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Braylon Blevins, 7 carries, 35 yards, and Aiden Lopez himself, the quarterback, some big runs, 4 carries for 20 yards. Ethan Horner, 2 receptions for 19 yards, and then Peabody had that big 40-yard reception that helped set up that touchdown right before halftime.
Right.
Looking at Bella Vista, Devon Norwood, 5 for 26 rushing, and Jack Singley, 3 for 4, 23 yards and an interception. Matthew Bunny, 2 receptions for 22 yards. So those are the key numbers there for Bella Vista. Thanks to Scarlett Thompson once again for the statistics. And we are just about ready to get the second half underway here at Bella Vista High School. And we'll see if the second half is every bit entertaining as the first half as we get ready for another half of football.
Well, we talked about this before halftime and a little bit as we went into halftime. This first offensive series for Casa, Bella Vista needs to come out and get a stop like they did in the very first series of the game. That can be a big momentum shift. We're basically starting at a brand new ball game here, right? We're tied up. We got 24 minutes. That's the only difference. We had 48, now we got 24. So this is really a key. I'm sure we'll be saying that a lot in the second half, but this certainly is a key drive to see how both teams have adjusted, momentum, enthusiasm, et cetera, as they come out.
All right, we're ready to get the second half underway here. Oscar Mortensen will have it teed up at the 40-yard line, and we're just about ready to get the second half underway here. And the deep men back for Casa. Looks like Blevins will be one of them. Blevins is one of the deep men. Horner is the other. Second half of play getting underway now. Third quarter. Mortensen from the snout. Short kick. Little trouble there on the kick. Does Bella Vista have it?
I think they do.
There's a miscommunication, and the Broncos recover the second half kick for the second time in successive weeks.
George, do you play the lottery? Because if you don't, you need to go get a ticket. Because you literally said when we went into halftime, well, unless they kick off like we did last week. So I don't know if you and Julie play, but if you don't, you need to stop and get a lottery ticket on the way home.
It's a running joke in our family that we're going to fund a lot of things if we win the lottery.
Yeah. I mean, okay, well, I feel better. I don't know about anybody else, but certainly feel a little calm.
Remember the JV game, Casa kicking off, did the onside kick, and they scored a touchdown out of that. Their only touchdown of the game. Now the Broncos could set some momentum here. Broncos 1st and 10 from the 32. Singley has the reception. That's Lopez. Lopez down inside the 25-yard line.
Man, that was a slick fake that Singley had there. He hands the ball and then puts it on his hip, but kind of behind his hip where it disappears for a second. Really clever. I mean, I could see it because we were looking at it, but if you're the defense, you'd have had no idea he had the ball.
Gain of 7 on the pass play. 2nd down and 3. Looks like there's some confusion now. Conversation between Budenbender and, is there going to be a timeout? Yes.
Yep.
Late getting the play in. And this is an important possession for Bella Vista, coming off and recovering the second half kickoff. And that, I would imagine, is something in film study for Casa this week that is going to have to be addressed. 2 players coming up. Somebody didn't call somebody off.
Yeah, I mean, you see this, commonly you'll see it in baseball every once in a while where 2 outfielders go for the ball and they're both yelling, I got it, but nobody gives, and they run into each other. Similar here. So hopefully they got this, yeah, you're right. They're going to have to get that straightened up, but hopefully the Broncos got this straightened up for this play.
1 wide receiver to the right. That's Norwood coming in motion. Pitch play. Goes right side to Bunny. Bunny is going to be met in the backfield, dropped at the 25-yard line. Extra whistles. And Matthew Bunny losing a couple of yards back to the 25.
3rd down and 3.
So they need to get it to the 22. Actually, I think they're going to say that's no gain.
Yeah, no gain there. That play worked earlier in the game, so I like going back to it with that lead blocker. Casa, credit to them, doing a good job staying in containment.
You had Norwood coming in motion as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whistle. Flag comes down at the snap.
That's probably going to be a false start, I would assume. Oh, delay of game. One of the things I don't understand is why doesn't high school have the play clock? Well, if you're going to run it, it seems like you should. I mean, when I was in high school, there was no shot clock in basketball. And then when they added it, like they have now, there has to be a shot clock up. So it only seems fair that you'd have a play clock on both ends.
When I was broadcasting games up in Reading, I would do high school and junior college. And the college level, whether it's junior college or NCAA, they had the play clock. But whenever they would play high school games at the college stadium, they wouldn't use it. Misdirection for Bella Vista. Here's Bunny. Bunny gets by 1 tackler. He's down inside the 30-yard line.
Bunny again with the carry, there's a flag in the field.
And the line of scrimmage was the 30, so he's down inside the 30 after the delay of game penalty, and now a holding penalty against Bella Vista.
They'll move the yardage backwards.
So now all of a sudden Bella Vista, after recovering the second half kickoff that was fumbled by Casa, they're going the wrong way.
You're getting dangerously close here to, I mean, if you don't get this, having to punt the football.
Right.
We're going to call that 3rd down and long.
This is going to be 3rd down and probably about, looks like it's about 3rd and 20. From the 42, yes, they need to get to the 22. Singley under center. And something else went wrong. At some point it would be nice if we could actually play some football.
Yeah, I mean, all these penalties.
False start on Bella Vista.
So that's 3 penalties in a row. That's 20 plus yards, basically.
And they will mark the ball now at the 47-yard line.
Got to have a play here. Got to shift the momentum back. You had all the momentum on the kickoff.
Norwood gets the handoff. And he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And now there's a flag comes in late. Well, let's wait and see what this flag is, because that flag came from the back judge.
If it's a dead ball and it's on Casa, it's not going to be an automatic first down, so the 4th down will still count.
No, but it would be manageable. You could go for it then if you're going to give him 15 yards.
Right now it is.
I mean, surely it can't.
3rd and 20. What do we got? Personal foul. It is on Casa. Now, if this were college or the pros, that'd be an automatic first down.
That had to have been like a jumping in on the pile after the whistle or something.
Yep. Referee's going over to talk to the coaches for Casa Roble. So it's a dead ball, personal foul.
Is it? Remind me, is it still third down or is it fourth down now?
Well, it's a dead ball, so it happened after the play.
That's
so
right, so it's
should be
fourth down. But now it's fourth and 10.
Fourth and 10. And this would definitely be 4 down territory. Are they going to play the third down over again? The down marker says third down.
The scoreboard says first down. Does anybody know what down it actually is? We think it's fourth down.
I believe it's fourth down. So I think the referee is now going to try and figure this thing out.
Yep.
If there's one thing I would like to see a rule change in high school football, it's the unsportsmanlikes and the personal fouls need to become automatic first downs.
Agree, 100%.
The only way you would get an automatic first down on a 15-yard penalty would be if it's pass interference.
Right.
So that one would be, I believe that is, if it's like 15 yards, but you had more than 15 to go, I believe that would be an automatic first down.
Well, let's see here. What are we signaling, if anything?
Well, they've changed the down mark. They flipped it to 4, and now they flipped it back to 3. And I think that I think the Casa coaches have a case here. They're trying to figure out why is it not fourth down.
And they have a case.
Let's see what the referee says here.
Ariel Flores parent. Ariel Flores parent.
So they're winding it at 3rd and 10. Singley, under pressure off the back foot, flings up a prayer. And that is intercepted by Casa.
And that's bad football right there. That's bad football.
Ariel Flores, we need the parents of Ariel Flores down by the railing or by chair. Don't lift the chair.
I will say, I mean, that's the second interception tonight, but that's the first bad play that I've seen from a first-time starter at the varsity level. That's impressive. I mean, I'll take that.
So the interception at the 20-yard line. It is tied at 14. Bella Vista had a golden opportunity to take the lead back.
Yep.
After recovering the fumble on the kickoff.
So they still lead the turnover. It's 2 apiece now.
First and 10, Casa. Lopez, he's going deep down the right side, and he's got, did he catch that? No, incomplete. What an effort by Ethan Horner.
And if you're JT Thomas, you're going, whew, okay, reset.
You know, we mentioned the star receiver for Casa Roble, Elijah Huddle, not playing tonight. He is over on the far sideline, not far from the sticks where marking the line of scrimmage. And he has that cart that he's kneeling on, which I would imagine is the injured leg. 2nd and 10 from the 20 for Casa. Lopez looking left. Can't find anyone. Now we'll send it over the middle here. Pass is incomplete. A couple of receivers are calling for an interference penalty. It's like Connor Campbell, very slow to get up and limping back to the huddle. He wants no part of leaving this game.
No, and that should have been an unsportsmanlike penalty too for motion at the ref like that. That's not pass interference. They all collided together.
So it's 3rd and 10. This is a key third down for Bella Vista. Well, you know, they see the NFL players do it all the time and get away with it.
Right. Casa's got to run a play here. They're running out of time.
Everybody's looking over at the sideline right now. Now they're lining up 3 wide receivers. Campbell still in. 3 wide receivers to the left. 3rd and 10. Lopez looking left, over the middle, on the slant. Reception is made. First down. And that's Ethan Horner with the reception.
That'll move the chains.
Or check that. Wait, I think that might have been. No, it was Horner.
Yeah.
Horner got the reception. 15 yards on the play. A big 3rd down conversion for Casa.
Still really impressed with the secondary play of the Broncos tonight. They're doing a great job. Bunny comes off, looks to be cramping a little bit in the hamstring area. Hopefully that's short-lived.
1st and 10 Casa. Swing pass left. That's going to go for about 5 yards.
Pass complete.
So that's 2 plays in a row that Guillermo Perez, number 4, has been on to make the stop for the Broncos.
Looks like that was Campbell that may have gotten that reception.
Casa's approach is changing here. They're electing to throw the ball more. The run just not working, I guess.
They, throughout the season, they're about a 68-32 pass percentage-wise. 2nd down and 5 yards to go from the 40. Lopez looking left. Reception made. That's Campbell again. He should have the first down at the 45-yard line.
Run out of bounds by Norwood.
Norwood on the tackle to drive him out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him short.
So curious here on 2nd and short if they don't go with a run with Blevins now. But they're running empty backfield here still. If we could get some penetration, we got to get some pressure on the quarterback.
3rd and 1 for Casa. Campbell and Blevins are split out to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right. Lopez right over the middle. Marr with the reception at midfield, and that'll be a first down for Casa.
Move the chains for the Rams. They'll be right at midfield. 1st and 10 from the 50.
So if the defense here, you got to dig deep. I know you're tired, right? You're coming up on about halfway played through the 3rd quarter.
The 5-yard face mask penalty is going to be added on and move the ball to the 45-yard line. So that'll be 1st and 10 for Casa. You're right, Bella Vista's defense needs to dig deep. Maybe get some pressure, force another interception.
Yep.
Back is Lopez. Has the reception, that's Horner. Horner is going to be corralled and dropped by J.T. Thomas.
Yeah, so if you're the defense,
10-yard gain and a first down.
if you're the defense here, you got to do something. You're not getting any pressure on your quarterback, and you're playing really soft coverage. That's a recipe for them just to keep punching the ball 10, 15, 20 yards down the field every play. So you've either got to tighten your coverage up because you're not blitzing, or you got to start sending people to put some pressure on your quarterback.
From the 35-yard line, here's Blevins right up the middle. Blevins rumbles his way down to the 20-yard line. That's a gain of another 15 on the play for Braylon Blevins.
And another first down.
Mark the ball at the 20-yard line. Lopez, here's Blevins once again, right up the left side. And he has stood up and driven back. Max Keogh.
He said,
You're
no,
not
thank
going,
you.
You're not going anywhere.
Nope, not that time.
Pick up about 2, bring up 2nd, 8.
So now I would expect to see the pass again.
Second and 8. That's Campbell with the reception. Campbell right around the 5-yard line.
Campbell. Rams will have it 1st and goal for about the 6.
So we're under 7 minutes to go now in the third quarter. And Cass is knocking on the door once again. Bella Vista recovered a fumble on the second half kickoff. We're in prime position. Lots of mistakes. There's a run up the middle that'll end at about the 2-yard line.
Inside carry picks up about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Blevins.
2nd down and goal.
Clock continuing to run towards 6.5 to go. Seems that the energy has kind of
Well, this is a hard thing. The band's not here now. It's the third quarter. You got lots of, you're right, enthusiasm kind of wanes, even from the crowd, though, both sides. So
it's just after 10 o'clock, too.
yeah, generally these games would be about wrapping up.
Second and goal from the 3. Here's Horner on the jet sweep. No one's going to touch him. Touchdown, Casa.
Corner for the Rams.
Ethan Horner, that's his first touchdown of the game. And Casa with their first lead of the game. That's not unlike the run that Bella Vista will run to Bunny.
No, very similar. Very similar. You know, and in the West Park game last week that Casa had, they were down by quite a bit, and then, now we've got a flag. That's going to be on the coach. That's going to be on unsportsmanlike on the coach, I believe. We'll see, or a sideline warning, one of the two.
Well, there's been a lot of conversations between the officials and the Casa coaching staff. So we'll see what they.
If this is one of those fouls where it can be enforced now or on the kickoff, I think I'd enforce it now. And either test the kicker's leg or force him to try to go for 2.
So we'll see what the call is here. Holding.
Holding against the Rams.
Dead ball
Unsportsmanlike.
unsportsmanlike against the Rams. Okay, so that means the touchdown's nullified.
I think.
Because the only way you would have holding is on the play. So no touchdown.
I'm very confused. They're winding the clock, but the score is.
Yeah, no touchdown. The penalty negates the touchdown, so it's 14-14. And this is now 2nd and goal from the 17-yard line. Running play goes to the left, and Bella Vista diagnoses it down at the 15-yard line. That's a holding penalty and an unsportsmanlike. It seems to me that should have been 25 yards worth of penalties.
Yeah, I think you only get to pick one. So they probably enforced it off the personal foul or the unsportsmanlike. The unsportsmanlike was on the coach, though.
Well, I would imagine the rule still applies. You get another one, you're out.
Exactly. So lucky break for the Broncos here.
3rd and goal from the 15.
3rd down and goal.
Three wide receivers to the left, the short side of the field. Lopez might want to run. Looking. Can't find anyone. Throws it across the field. And it is intercepted by Bella Vista. That's Perez. Guillermo Perez. Looking to turn the corner. He's going to be corralled and dropped inside the 10-yard line.
And there's going to be a flag. It's going to be unsportsmanlike. Now we got a couple. Hopefully they're not against each team when they offset.
If that is an unsportsmanlike on Casa, that's going to get Bella Vista out of jail.
Yep.
So a lot to unpack there. First of all, Horner's 3-yard run was nullified on a holding penalty, which might be, they might have had to, if they could only enforce one of the penalties, might have had to enforce the hold to nullify the touchdown.
Right. Let's see here what we've got. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Bella Vista.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal. So that's going to pin them a little deeper.
Well, I thought he said number 7, but that can't be right because that's Riley Dick. So if Riley Dick picked up an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in this game, that's
and the play happened over on the Casa sideline. So
well, I thought it was going to be on Casa because it looked like whoever the big lineman was that had a hold of Guillermo kind of threw him out of bounds.
Riley Dick is hanging out over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not.
He's not, no.
All right, so this is half the distance to the goal. They are going to mark it just across, looks like the 2-yard line. And then they're going to blow the play dead.
What?
And then Jace Budenbender gets planted at the end, right?
After the whistle.
So
what was the whistle for, though? They didn't allow a substitution, I guess. I don't.
Swingley's coming over to get the play. Are they backing him up again?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's still marked at the 2.5-yard line, so we'll call it the 2. 1st down and 10, Bella Vista, 4:49 to go.
Still 1st down.
1st and 10 Broncos at their own 2-yard line. Norwood almost broke that, but he rumbles his way out across the 10-yard line. That's going to be close to a 1st down for Bella Vista. They're going to call it the 11.
Now you got some breathing room.
I think you just continue to ride Norwood and Lopez.
Yep.
To try and get out of, like I said, try and get out of jail.
You got to get a new set of downs here. So you got to have a solid run play here. The line did a great job. Rely on them again.
Norwood on the wing, Lopez the lone setback. Budenbender in motion. Here's Budenbender looking for a block. Cuts back to the inside. Chase Budenbender. Budenbender. He's still going across the 35-yard line. Welcome back, Jace Budenbender.
I love what he did there. He ran off his blocker, but the blocker was pushing his guy out, and he had the wherewithal to say, well, I'm going to cut inside then, and cut across, and that got another 10, 12 yards on that.
This is just what Bella Vista needed.
Now you're certainly out of jail. What a game. Just back and forth and just.
Tell you what, if Bella Vista can go 98 yards here.
Whew.
3 wide receivers to the left. And they'll go right up the middle. That's Lopez. Lopez carrying tacklers with him across the 45-yard line.
That's going to be right at the line for a 1st down, I think.
That's a 10-yard pickup. I don't think so.
No, that's a first down. What does this remind you of? The very first drive
of
the game.
1st and 10, Bella Vista.
intercepted the ball at their 3-yard line. After they were about to score a touchdown, and they intercepted.
Norwood in motion this time. He gets the handoff. Hugo Lopez leading the way. Norwood carrying tacklers inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him at the Casa 39.
Man, Devon Norwood cannot be stopped tonight.
14 yards on the play, and that's another Bella Vista first down.
And now you can feel the momentum. The cheerleaders are back. The crowd's back into it. The momentum has started to shift back to Bella Vista. I mean, that defense, they gutted that out. We'll have to talk about that in a minute.
They were about to score a touchdown.
Lopez the lone setback. 1st and 10, and he'll dive forward for a couple.
You know, there's been some chippiness, but I've seen a lot of, you know, our guy goes down, Casa helps him up, Casa guy goes down, our guy helps him up. Just kind of hard play, but fair play. And, I mean, chippiness is to be expected a little bit in a game like this. But
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. No points in the second half yet. Bella Vista hoping to change that. Back to pass is Singley. Floats the pass over to Lopez. Lopez with the reception inside the 35-yard line. They'll give it to him to the 33. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
well, now you got the benefit. You're right in front of the student section on the BV side. You're on our hash, closest to our side of the field, right in front of the Rowdy Rooters.
Split backs in the backfield. Norwood shoots through across the 30-yard line. He's got a first down to the 27. 1 minute to go. Singley. He's going to have Norwood and have Dvorak going out to the left. Cody Simpson is in the game.
The ball comes out.
And a fumble.
And Casa's got it.
Casa has recovered. So again, Bella Vista on the move. Another golden opportunity, and disaster strikes.
That drive was fire.
Injured Casa player. As their offense gets ready to come back out on the field. .45 seconds to go in the third quarter of play.
I mean, obviously, I wanted Bella Vista to score right there. But as far as high school football games go, I mean, so the defense, I mean, Casa's wearing Bella Vista out, wearing Bella Vista out, wearing Bella Vista out. They get the break on the penalty. Guillermo Perez comes through with the interception. They march right down the field, kind of a miscue in the backfield. Casa's got the ball again now from their own 31. I mean, it's just the back and forth, the pageantry of high school football.
Cohen Peabody was the injured player as he comes off. Casa will begin this possession now at their own 32-yard line. So an interception at the goal line for Bella Vista, and they seem to be poised to march 98 yards until the fumble. Personnel changes for Casa, make sure they have all the people they need. 1st and 10 for the Rams. And a false start.
Yeah, that's a definite false start.
Looks like it might have been the center that rocked.
You know, and that's a momentum killer, right? You get the fumble recovery, and you're like, okay, and then you false start. And so now you got 1st and 15.
And of course, the proverbial you can't do that chance. So that'll mark it back to the 27, 1st and 15. Opportunities for Bella Vista here. It's a pass over the middle. Reception is made. And that is Scott Hadcoff with the green shoes making the reception there. That's his first catch of the game. 5'9", 155-pound senior.
But you see what that 5-yard penalty does, because now it's 2nd and 6 as opposed to 2nd and 1 if you don't have the penalty with the same play.
And in motion is Campbell. Lopez, he's going to go deep left side. Has a receiver there. Guillermo Perez arrives just at the last minute.
Beautiful.
Good coverage on the part of Perez to not initiate contact. He didn't turn around.
No.
But he didn't initiate contact. And so you have the incomplete pass.
He kind of just got his hands up right at the right moment there. Like
Now
he
it's
could
3rd and
sense it.
6.
Five seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Pressure. Lopez back to pass. Pass play off the hands of Connor Campbell across midfield. Remington was there on the coverage once again. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter here at Bella Vista High School. When we get the 4th quarter underway, Cass is going to be facing a 4th and 6. The last time they faced a 4th down, they scored a touchdown.
Well, we'll have to see what happens.
Oh, the band has returned. So look at them right now on your screen.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to my own kid here real quick, because something that he struggled with on defense as a linebacker is pass coverage. And he's worked at it, and he spent all summer working at it. And that last play right there that was almost picked off again by Budenbender, Max was right in there on the coverage. So kudos to him when he goes back and watches this.
And I'm going to give a shout out to one of your other kids for doing a fabulous job on camera during the JV game. That's Charlie Keogh.
It's a family affair here.
Yes.
Just like your case with producing. You and your wife Julie here, it just...
And she's been battling because she got my cold.
Oh,
she's been battling. We might have had Nicholas out here, my son, because he's done that before too.
Yes,
so
that's right.
It is a family occasion.
Well, the band is back. The crowd is loud. It's 4th down. Everybody's got a little rest.
This would be a big stop for Bella Vista, because unless Cass is going to punt, and it looks like they are lining up.
Well, I can tell you this. The smart play would be to punt here in a tied game, because if you don't get this, Bella Vista gets the ball in your end.
So that's Eric Eaton that lines up as the punter. We saw the JV team attempt a fake that was not successful.
I definitely watch a fake here, but I think you're going to see a punt.
So Casa is playing the long game here. They're saying, Bella Vista, we don't think you can drive downfield. So we're not going to risk giving it to you at the 35-yard line. High snap off his hands, and he's going to try and boot it away. It's going to bounce. It's going to be picked up by Bella Vista across midfield. And that's Budenbender that came up with it. That's the guy you want grabbing that loose ball. So the Broncos.
So
maybe it's about a 12, 13-yard punt there.
Yep.
I'll give Eaton a lot of credit for getting that kickoff, because if he gets tackled, it's 30-yard line or closer.
Right. Well, and one thing about Jace Budenbender, so he transferred from Casa last year, had to sit out a lot of the season, and so this is personal for him.
First and 10, Bella Vista at the Casa 36. This is a screen play to the left.
They
That
say
is a
incomplete.
backward pass. Well, that's not an incomplete pass. That's a backwards pass, which means it's a fumble.
Right.
And that should be a loss of yardage.
Correct.
But that is not what they're calling. That is clearly a backwards pass.
He was a yard behind the quarter. Like that's
And I think what was planning there is it was going to be a halfback option.
right.
So second and 10, a huge break for Bella Vista here. Norwood. Norwood! Inside the 30, still going! He's down to the 20-yard line! (26, 28 yards on the play because they're going to mark it at the 18. And just like that, Bella Vista's knocking on the door. Well, we certainly hope you're enjoying the game tonight. This is a barn burner. Lopez and Norwood in the backfield on first down. Norwood. And he's going to be dropped back at the 20.
That'll be a loss of 2 in the play. Gonna be a second down.
The 11-minute mark here at 10:23 p.m.
Norwood a little shaken up there, limping a little bit.
I will say this, with the game going late and getting the late start tonight, the temperatures are a lot better than they would have been.
Yep.
So this is now going to be second and 12. Maxwell Prucher out to the left. And here is another disaster for Bella Vista. Casa says they've recovered the fumble.
Well, the referee said
and
it
the
was.
referee says agrees now.
Yeah.
Rams football.
So again, second consecutive possession for Bella Vista where they're knocking at the door and they turn it over.
Did they get the ball back?
This is why you punt if you're Casa.
Yep.
Bella Vista is showing signs of breaking free, but save for that one possession, their first possession of the game, which they did everything right. There have been mistake after mistake on offense. Right up the middle, Casa. That's a pickup of 8.
And a flag comes in late from the back judge.
Rams get it out to about the 37.
That's Blevins again.
I fear that might be against the Broncos, and I hope it's not because
Well, it's going to be personal foul. Oh, wait a minute.
helmet to helmet targeting.
That's a penalty against the Broncos.
I don't think it's the same targeting rule that you have in college.
Correct. There's not a disqualification.
Foul of 15 yards. That'll bring it inside Bronco territory. The Rams have it first and 10 from the 48 in Bronco territory.
So we'll mark the ball at the 49-yard line. First and 10 at the 49. Lopez swings it over to the right side, has the reception. Down the sideline.
Now it's complete.
That's Horner with the
That'll move
reception.
chains to the Rams.
And that'll be a first down for Casa,
First and 10 from the 37.
as the ball will be marked at the 37-yard line. Here's Blevins once again.
Tackle the backfield by Norwood.
like that might have been a loss of a yard, maybe no gain. No, they're going to give him a yard. So pickup of 1 to the 36. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Lopez. Horner with the reception. Will be close to 1st down yardage. So Casa is moving the ball very methodically right now. Their last possession, they got the ball all the way down. Well, they got it in the end zone, but it was nullified on a holding penalty. And the next play was an interception by Bella Vista. So this will now be 2nd down and 1. There's Blevins. 1st down. Chase Budenbender makes the stop.
Blevins with the carry, Budenbender with the tackle.
And that's inside the 20.
1st down, Rams.
Looks like they will mark it
At about the 18.
at the 18-yard line. So Bella Vista needs to dig deep here. And Guillermo Perez come up with another interception. Pass play coming left, that's Campbell. Campbell with the reception, using the size. It's away from a couple of tacklers. Down inside the 10, tight ropes the sideline.
That's going to be a 1st and goal.
It's like he was out right about the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal at the 5. Casa looking for their 1st lead of the game. 2 backs in the backfield. And it looks like some shifting on the line of scrimmage after they set. This should be a false start.
This should be a false start. Well, the line judge over there is saying the defense, but they shifted and that caused it, and that should be a false start.
Unless the defense jumped in the neutral zone first. There's a lot of movement. They're calling it offsides on Bella Vista. There's half the distance to the goal.
Penalty against the Broncos, offsides. Half the distance to the goal. Ball will be on the 3. 1st and goal from the 3.
See where they line up here. Looks like they're going with the full house tee. Dickey is in the backfield. Nathan Golden is in the backfield. Blevins is in the middle. 1st and goal, that's Blevins, and he will push forward into the end zone for a Casa touchdown. So the Rams, with 7:56 to go in the ball game, now have their 1st lead of the game. And this time I don't see any penalties.
Nope.
So good surge on the part of the offensive line for Casa. And they're saying, hey, you know what, we're going to go for 2. Gives to Blevins once again, and he shoots forward into the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good. With 7:56 left in the game, Phelps to 14, Casa Roble 22.
Well, you got a little over half a quarter here. You got 3/4 of a quarter, 8 minutes, a lot of time. The 2-point conversion throws a wrench into it a little bit.
What it means is that Bella Vista will have to go for 2 should they score.
Correct.
But if this goes in Casa's favor tonight, it's going to be a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda for Bella Vista. The penalties on the possession right out of halftime after recovering the fumbled kickoff. 2 promising drives ending in fumbles in the second half.
Well, and both times just looking like just confusion, not knowing where to go, running into one another in the backfield.
And considering how they shut down and forced turnovers on defense, that's a possibility of 2-3 scores. Bella Vista could be in the lead even with that Casa touchdown.
Correct.
So Horner has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Leidecker and Budenbender are back deep to receive. We'll see if it even gets to them because the kickoffs have been short for Casa tonight. And there's another short kickoff going toward the sideline. Maxwell Prucher watches it go out of bounds.
I just take it at the 35 and
Yep.
let's go.
Bella Vista has 7:56 to go to get the tying touchdown and 2-point conversion. We had seen this effort from Bella Vista last week, sans all the turnovers. I think we're talking about a victory.
Well, we certainly would have seen it against Oakmont.
After today, just 3 more home games left in the season, and it seems like we just got started. Bella Vista is at Lincoln of Lincoln next week, and then they have a bye. 1st and 10 Broncos. Norwood. Check that. That's Lopez. Lopez gets 2 yards.
Well, we know Bella Vista can move the ball, so there's lots of time here. So it's really a matter of
the drive.
Yes, it's really, can they finish the drive without a mistake? At this point, you don't even worry about a 1-point, 2-point conversion. Point after, you got to score first.
Right. You need the touchdown first.
Yeah. Do things, take it pieces at a time.
2nd and 8 for Bella Vista. Singley. He tried to get that to
There's going to be a
Dvorak.
flag. It's going to be roughing the passer after he threw on Jack Singley. That's going to be 15 yards. Yep. Roughing the passer.
Well, he was certainly under pressure, got rid of the ball,
And then he got hit.
and they got hit afterwards.
Yep. So that's going to help the Broncos tremendously because that's going to be 15 yards.
15-yard penalty. Yardage will result in a first down.
Personal foul roughing the passer at the 15-yard penalty. Bella Vista inside Rams territory. 1st and 10 for the 48.
Singley looks fine, which is always what you worry about with the roughing the passers, that your quarterback's a little banged up, but he looks good.
1st and 10 Bella Vista from the Casa 48. Titus. Titus inside the 45-yard line.
About 6 yards, maybe 7.
Gain of about 5 yards for Gage Titus. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5 with 6:43 to go.
And you're starting to see fatigue set in on both sides of the ball now. This has been just a clash of titans.
That play is bottled up right at the 43-yard line.
Gain a yard, it looked like, but
Titus on the carry. Kicks up maybe 1, bring up 3rd down.
Titus once again the ball carrier to the 40-yard line, 3rd down and 2.
got to have it here. Got to have a first down.
Well, and this is obviously 4-down territory as well.
Yep.
As we are under 6 minutes to go. Play fake. Singley. Ball deflected by a host of Casa players, and that falls incomplete.
4th down.
And this is the play of the game right here.
Yep. He didn't really have a lot of options. I mean, he threw into triple coverage there, but he didn't really have anybody open. Casa did a good job covering there. If I was Bella Vista here with 2 timeouts, I would probably hard count this and then call timeout. See if I could get them to jump and get 5 yards. It wouldn't give you a first down, but it'd make it 4th and really short.
Going for it on 4th down here.
So it is 4th down and a long 5. Split backs in the backfield. Oh, and there was movement. A reading from the book of the prophet Aaron Keogh.
I just, when you see that, that's smart football right there, though, because now it's going to be 4th and really short, or is it a first down? I mean, that looks like a first down.
First down or no?
I mean, there should be simple math. Wherever the ball was, go 5 yards. Where's the marker? It's either a first down or it's not.
They're going to set it.
No, they're going to measure.
And they're going to take a measurement.
Where the ball is sitting, the nose of the ball appears to be right at the 43-yard line. The down marker appears to be just shy of the 43. I'm sorry, the 38. So that should be a first down. But give the teams a free timeout. It's been a great game. What's a few more minutes among friends?
Yeah, I mean, all right, well, I'm going to get my binoculars out here. Let's see. So they're going to run this out and see. All right, here is the moment of truth.
So 5:28 to go. 22-14 is our score.
They're all signaling first down.
That's what Bella Vista's saying.
First down, baby.
There we go. The referee says first down.
Now you punch Devon Norwood up around the outside in that play that's been working really, really well. You got to get him going here.
Whistles as they come to the line of scrimmage now.
Well, the
Looks
chains.
like it looks like the chains are tangled.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't have
You got to be able to stretch the chains out 10 yards, and then there's a tag that they clip to the chain at one of the 5-yard spots.
so that they can use that if they need to measure.
Yes. So the tag gets clipped probably once they stretch out the chains on the length that coincides with the 35-yard line. And then when they come out, they set that to the ground first, and so that's how they know to measure the chain. So 1st and 10 for Bella Vista. There's Budenbender. And he's going to be dropped for no gain.
Budenbender with the carry. That's line of scrimmage of maybe a yard there.
Second down and 10.
Second down, a long 9.
The ball is at the 48-yard line or 38-yard line.
Clock continuing to run here.
Bella Vista taking their time.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try to score, and you want to try to score with no time left.
Second and 10. Norwood in motion. Norwood on the sweep. And he is dropped for a loss at the 40-yard line. That's Eaton once again, who's also the punter. Free safety. And he came up and he dropped Norwood for a loss. So this drive after that penalty got him the first down has been going backwards. This will be 3rd down and 12.
And again, we're in 4-down territory here, so running out of time.
Swing play to the left, that one is incomplete. Dvorak was the intended receiver. Looks like it was just overthrown.
So 4 plays later, and we find ourselves in the same position.
Except this time it's 4th and 12.
Bella Vista's going to call timeout and talk this over.
Yeah, well, this is a very big 4th down. They need to get this one figured out. So it's actually 4th and 11, but they need to get their yardage here.
You know, this will be really interesting to see what the play call will be here, because you know you've got it's 4th and 11, so you would think, well, this is going to be a pass. But the way Devon Norwood has been running, now I know that last play that he ran to the outside was not good, but it was certainly an option. So we'll see. So we'll have to see here what happens. It's going to be kind of an interesting play call.
So 4th and 11 from the 39-yard line. 3 wide receivers for the Broncos. Singley's back to pass. Has time. Going over the middle. Has a receiver there. And the pass was just short and incomplete. Nathan DeLucchi was the intended receiver. It is a game of inches.
It is. Now, here's the thing. You got 3 minutes and 19 seconds, and you can stop the clock once. So Casa's going to have to get a first down or 2 in order to do something here. So this is going to be interesting if they're going to run it or they're going to try to throw.
They throw more than they run. Lopez is back to pass. He's got time. Now he's going to run. Gets by one tackler and he's going to run out of bounds on the Bella Vista sideline after a gain of about 5 yards.
But he stopped the clock.
Well, that helps Bella Vista.
Yeah. Everybody's tired. Both sides exhausted. Yeah. Just absolutely just a dogfight all the way to the end here.
How often are you still playing football at 11:45?
Yeah.
Second and 5. Blevins stood up. Huge stop there for Bella Vista.
Who was that? Trying to see numbers. 50 and 56. Ryan Warren or Max Keogh.
There you go. .240 to go and the clock counting.
If I'm Cass, I'm going to run the ball here again and try to pick up the first down that way to keep the clock moving.
Blevins right next to Lopez. Lopez will send this one over the middle, in and out of the hands of Peabody.
And
He
now,
heard footsteps.
now we've got a decision to make if you're Casa.
Well, you can go for it here and put the game away.
But if you don't get it, Bella
They have
Vista's
half
got the
field.
ball
Yes.
with 2 minutes left.
One way or the other. Looks like multiple personnel coming on the field, so it looks like they're going to go ahead and punt.
Yeah, the smart move here is to punt.
Absolutely.
Because Bella Vista hasn't been able to score. And you trust your defense here.
So Eric Eaton is the punter. One deep man for Bella Vista. Watch the fake.
This one's
Loose
low.
ball
Between
on
his
the ground. Is he going to pick it up and run with it? Still loose. He's got it. He's running with it. And he is across for a first down. Oh my goodness. Near disaster for Casa. And we're going to get another 15 yards tacked on top of that because a Casa player got shoved down afterwards. So they've had trouble with their snaps all night on the punts.
Yep. Credit to the punter, though. I mean,
Absolutely. One of them, he got a punt off. And here on this one, Bella Vista just, the ball was rolling all over the place, and they just couldn't get on it.
so whoever that personal foul's on, they've been disqualified. I think I heard Matthew Bunny maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Bunny.
Which is frustrating because he'll miss the first half of next week's game at Lincoln now.
So mark off the 15 yards.
Personal foul against the Broncos and moving forward 15 more yards. First and 10 Rams to the 24.
So it looks like Cass is going to go with their power set. This is the only time Lopez will line up under center. There's Blevins. Blevins is inside the 20-yard line. 1:50 to go. Broncos with one timeout left. But it looks like Cass is just interested in running the ball right now.
Well, and if they can get a first down here, the game is over. Which is obviously what they're going to try to do.
Once again, there's Blevins. And he'll bring it inside the 15-yard line.
And that's going to do it. That's a first down.
So now really all Casa needs to do is take a couple of knees. Bella Vista can call the timeout. But 3 knees should let this one run out.
Yep. Well,
First down Rams.
2 knees at this point.
So they've wound the clock, with the clock winding down 53 seconds. Rams taking their time, and they should. And now this looks like the victory formation.
Correct.
Knee down at 24 seconds. That is going to be enough to bring this one to a close. Bella Vista does not use the final timeout. Right now we see players kind of patting each other on the back. The rivalry was on hold for 5 years. It is back, and it lived up to the billing tonight.
It certainly did. It certainly did. It's unfortunate the outcome ended up the way that it did, but just too many mistakes, too many turnovers, too many not finishing drives. You know, if those drives get finished for the Broncos, I mean, this is a Broncos game.
This is a much different outcome considering the 2 drives they had that were, or actually I think it was 3 that they came up with a stop and then 2 turnovers.
Correct.
They kept Casa out of the end zone until the 4th quarter in the second half.
Right.
And that brought and they were moving the ball, and that's the thing. They can move the ball. They have just got to figure out a way to hang on to it and to finish the drives.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many encouraging things tonight that you see in the game. So many big plays. But at the end of the day, when you look at the score and you go, well, the 14 points the Broncos scored, only 7 of those were offensive points. The other 7 were from a pick 6. So, you know, I'll have to go back and watch the film, but 3 or 4 drives at least that should have resulted in touchdowns or points on the board that didn't because of a mistake, a fumble, an interception, whatever. So you take those away, that's a different outcome.
And what you're going to see is what you have seen all season for Bella Vista, even on the drives that they can't finish. They're moving the ball, and they're running time off the clock. They're chewing up yardage. That's what the wing T is supposed to do.
Right.
And they're executing it, I can't say to perfection, but they are executing it well. The problem is the penalties and the turnovers, and that was a problem last year, and it's been a problem this year. This was a game that was right there on a silver platter for Bella Vista.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at the season so far, the team that showed up tonight to play Casa Roble High School was a different team than we saw in week 1 and 2. Just completely different team. They were motivated. They were enthusiastic. They were driven to succeed. That being said, if you take away mistakes from last week, that's probably a win against Nevada Union. Certainly if you clean up the mistakes tonight, that's a win. And if the team that played tonight plays in weeks 1 and 2, this is a 3-0 team.
Right.
That's how close it is.
Well, obviously a lot to work on heading into Lincoln next week, and then the bye week after that will give them a little bit of a breather, and then it'll be the next half of the.
Well, here's the thing. If we're looking on paper, which I like to do sometimes, the next 2 ball games are both very winnable ball games for this ball club, especially if they play the way they played tonight and can clean up the mistakes. Then, and there's a bye in there, right? So there's a game, bye, game. Then they come back home with us, with Rio Americano. If you can get 2 wins under your belt, that's a winnable game too. If you play the way they played tonight and you can clean up the mistakes. So the message, if I'm Coach Gray and his staff, how do we clean up the mistakes? I'd be very curious to know. I mean, luckily I have a player at my house, so I can ask. The fumbles that seem to be happening with like miscommunication in the backfield, was that new quarterback just still learning? Right? Totally understandable if that's the case. If it wasn't, then what was the cause?
But yeah, some of those fumbles, they happened at the end of the play.
Correct. And that can't happen either. We got to hold on to the ball. So, yeah, just shoot. I mean, it was just a great game. It was a great atmosphere. It was a great night. They just came up short.
So let's just take a look at some of the numbers here. Unofficially, Devon Norwood, 68 yards rushing for the Broncos. Hugo Lopez, his 23 yards rushing and 26 yards receiving, so not a bad game for Hugo Lopez. Scored a touchdown tonight. And Blevins, 84 yards for Casa Roble and 101 passing yards for Aiden Lopez. He's every bit the quarterback, even though it looks like he wasn't even in the program until this year.
Yeah.
And then Connor Campbell, who was the starting quarterback, moves over to receiver, and he's a pretty good receiver himself. So,
Well, I think it should be said, too, for Casa. Okay, so you're 1-2 now? Barely, right? This is a team coming off a state semifinal loss. And, yes, you had a couple players out tonight, but they've got to dig deep a little bit, too, and find kind of their identity as they move into their coming weeks with their remaining schedule.
So with speaking of Casa's upcoming schedule, let's go ahead and take a look at that for you. They will be taking on 12 Bridges next week at home. And so home game for
And 12 Bridges is a fantastic football team again this year, so that's going to be a tough one.
and then they will head to Woodland on the 27th. They have the same bye week as Bella Vista on the 20th. For the Broncos, they are at Lincoln next week, so a quick trip into Placer County for game 4 next week against the Zebras of Lincoln, the bye week on the 20th, and then a trip up into El Dorado County for Ponderosa on the 27th. And then we're back here on the 4th for Bella Vista as they take on Rio Americano October 4th right here on DV Live Sports. The Raiders of Rio Americano and the Broncos of Bella Vista will be our next live stream. So hopefully we are looking at a 2-3 Bronco team at that point.
That's the goal.
And there's a lot of positives that can be taken from this game tonight. Again, ball movement, possession, some big defensive plays, including fumble recoveries, an interception, and again, a kickoff recovery for the second straight week on the second half kickoff. So there are things that Bella Vista can build on, despite the loss tonight. The loss is frustrating, and so the reasons that lead to the loss are things that need to continue to be worked on.
Correct.
Got to eliminate the penalties and the turnovers, but you also have to look for the positives. Let these players know where they did well and keep them motivated as we go into the final 7 games of the season.
Certainly.
All right, well, we want to thank you for joining us tonight for a very late night. It was a fun weekend. We had the JV game as well, which the Broncos win that one. So for the series this weekend, Casa goes 2-1, winning the freshman and the varsity game. Bella Vista winning the JV game. And so a fun weekend. It's great to have the Cowbell Classic back again. And even if Will Farrell didn't make an appearance
That's right.
tonight, it was still a lot of fun. It was fun to hear those cowbells going. It was fun to have the band and a packed house tonight. You could hear the Casa crowd cheering from across the way, and the energy here for Bella Vista as well. So hope the series continues. I know they'll play at Casa next year, and hopefully it continues for a long time, and we'll look forward to a couple of years from now being back for another one.
That's right.
So once again, Bella Vista losing this one by a score of 22-14. Inspired performance despite that. A fun game tonight, fun atmosphere. Broncos will be at Lincoln next week, and Casa will be hosting 12 Bridges next week. We hope to see you again on October 4th when the Broncos take on Rio Americano here at BV High School Stadium for our next live stream here on BV Live Sports. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Our thanks to Stephanie DeGata, our camera operator, Julie Tharlson, our producer, our JV crew tonight, Lacey Anderson and Charlie Keogh. Now George Tharlson speaking for Aaron Keogh. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in a few weeks.